Ooh, welcome everybody. What is up everybody? This guy. Oh my god, that was the cringiest intro of all time. But what's up? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Minecraft Arcade. Yeah, it's definitely been a while since my last video on Minecraft. Well, actually, that's not true. I think I did like a video about like a glitch I found, but like that doesn't count. I'm talking about like an actual like playthrough of my world, and yeah, that was when I was kind of a little crybaby middle schooler, and literally my vocabulary was whatever meme I could find online. But I like to think I've become less of an idiot. But if I'm being honest, I'm probably more of one now. But yeah, the point of this video is mostly to just showcase off Minecraft Arcade, because there are a lot of ideas I had for videos that I wanted to showcase, and I never really got to majority of them, to be honest. A lot of them just kind of fell through, or I just never had the chance to do it. Of course, I was in middle school and I had a lot of other stuff to deal with, so it wasn't my primary focus, but there was a lot I did want to do, and I end up never doing it. Oops. But now that I have the chance to kind of reflect and look back, my high school years are over. I've become an adult. I'm going to university, and I don't know, I've just been reminiscing, looking back at my past life, and I just felt like there's a lot of stuff that I added here that I wanted to showcase, but I never actually ended up showcasing. So I honestly think that this is more just going to be a documentation and sort of like a tour or walkthrough of everything I've built. It's kind of like a way to immortalize this world in the universe. So yeah, we'll start right here. As you can see here, this is just the main hub area. This is where you spawn in. There we got this colorful design in the middle. I don't know. I was trying all sorts of freaky stuff. I was trying to be really unique with it, which honestly, I don't know why I didn't put two purple blocks like right here on the end. I feel like that would have looked better, but whatever. But yeah, this is the main hub area. It has changed a lot since the original. I don't know how it originally looked like. I think it was similar to this, but I definitely added a bunch of new stuff. I'm not sure if I even had a hub area to begin with, or if the hub was just like a flat platform with like barely anything. But yeah, let's see what we got here. Okay, what's new? So this is like all the stuff that was kind of like newly added at the time, which I'm pretty sure was probably like 2019, probably 2018 to be honest, was the last time I updated this. Maybe 2019, I'm not sure. But yeah, we got a Piranha Plant added to Super Smash Bros. Waluigi added to Smash. Joker added to Smash. Yeah, Joker added to Smash. Oh my, we're definitely gonna have to go check out Smash, because I have so many good memories there. But yeah, then we got F-Zero Firefield track, a new level for that, and then Tower Terrorist updated the Blue Tower. Whoa! Oh, I remember that, because the Blue Tower was like abnormally difficult compared to the other ones, so people always thought that was unfair. And then we got top attractions, so these were kind of like, I got like ratings and did the average amongst everyone who's played them, and just put which ones tended to be the highest up. So first we got Sonic Speed, then number 2 we got Super Smash Bros. After that, Yoshi Coaster, The Dropper, Super Mario Parkour, Luigi's Ghost Mansion, Undertale Sky Wars, Slender, F-Zero, and then lastly Tower Terrorist. Which I don't was Tower Terrorist really number 10? I feel like not a lot of people really like that. I think I just forced them to like it because I was like, bro, I put so much work into this, so you better play it. But yeah. Anyway, what do we got here? We got the ranking system. And oh yeah, I forgot I did like these funky little things, which is I don't even remember how I did that. That looks kind of like garbage, but like I was saying, I was just throwing whatever I could on here to make it look decent. But yeah, the ranking system, I was gonna add like a VIP system, and people would like get different badges depending on like what they did in minigames and stuff, how many minigames they played. Let's see. So yeah, this is gonna be like a whole room just filled to the brim with that. And then we got my little character over here, Boom Boom the Man, rank creator, total points, over 9,000! You see, that's what I'm talking about. I just shoved whatever memes I could into my vocabulary. And then over here we got minigames and reviews, right! So this is where it would showcase all the minigames that we have. So that you could just like select them right from here and you don't have to walk around. So first we got Mario Parkour, Sonic Speed, Catch 'em All, Battle Quest, Sky Wars, Crash Boss Bash, Tower Terrorist, Target Acquired, Bomberman, Smash Bros, Luigi's Ghost Mansion, Slender, Chicken Hunt, If I Could Move, F-Zero, The Dropper, Turret Train, Cooking Contest, FNAF Hunger Games, and Mortal Kombat, which I never finished FNAF Hunger Games or Mortal Kombat, but I do remember making the arenas, or like the buildings that they were going to be showcased in, but I never actually finished the interior. So, I'll just be displaying all these. And then I think in the chest they had like reviews. Right, yes! What is this one? Okay, this is the host review done by me. I'm not going to read them because there's a bunch of them. But yeah, like people could like drop reviews of like the games, which ones they liked the most, which ones they didn't. And I thought it was really interesting. I think there are a couple for Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, we got 2 of them right there. That was a pretty popular one. But yeah, this is basically the main hub area. And then we got the big MCA, which stands for Minecraft Arcade. And then how many attractions? 22 attractions in total. So attractions, that was like more than just like mini games. That included like roller coasters, little hangout spots, just like statues and stuff that you could look at, and mini games as well. This says, welcome to Minecraft Arcade. I did not put an E at the end of Cade. That definitely definitely makes me a little bit angry, but that's okay. Then we got play minigames, earn badges, become VIP, and much more. Have fun! Oh my gosh. And then why is this all censored? Oh, this is a map of the world. Wait, I actually want to check this out real quick. Yeah. Wow, look at that. Like, look at how much area is just filled to the brim with that. I don't know if this is like the whole entire display of the world. I'm thinking it is, because there's still a lot of blank area. And if it was just supposed to be a small chunk, then I'm sure it wouldn't even show the entirety of the minigame world. But yeah, wow, look at that. That is a lot. And then I don't know what's in here. What is this? Oh, this is where you could like leave suggestions for minigames. Yeah, I forgot about that. All right. Now we're actually going to get out of that section and we're going to go over here. This is shoutout board. Oh, so this is, bruh, another censored. I don't know why it does that. I think it does it depending on like if I wrote it in like offline or if I wrote it online or if somebody else wrote it. I don't know. It's really confusing. But we got XX Chemi for making a lot of the pixel art. Right. Man, I remember Chemi. Chemi, shout out to you. I really appreciated you for doing a lot of this pixel art. You didn't do all of them, but I think you did a fair bit. I think you might have done the Pokemon ones. Maybe the Sonic one. Maybe this one? And I think the Yoshi for sure, but I don't remember exactly. And then we got Green Boy 74 for help in building and pixel art too. Alright, respect to both of them. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of shoutouts here, but We had this fancy little setup. It kind of looks like rainbow diarrhea, but again, like I said, I was just throwing whatever I could anywhere to make it look decent. But all right, so first up, we got the Yoshi coaster. I don't know if I want to do this yet. I think I'll save it till the end because it kind of goes around and like showcases everything. So that could be like a last minute like recap of just everything we have. But we'll continue on. Tour station, right. So this was like a little area where if you wanted to tour, you would just ring this little bell. And you would get service. Gosh, that was a ferocious... That literally, from my perspective, it sounded like it felt and it sounded like 3 burps in one. Like it was like reverbed, at least to me. It probably didn't sound like it in the footage, but like in real life, that echoed. All right, but yeah, here's like a map of. I think this is where we are supposed to be. I don't know what those little dots are. I'm assuming it's supposed to be where we are right now. And then, I don't know, just a clock. So yeah, I would pop up here. I'd be like, hello, you want a tour? Okay, I'll give you a tour. Let's go. But no, I don't do that anymore. I think I only did that for one person, which honestly, it makes sense because it's pretty self-explanatory. You can just go around and look around yourself. You don't really need me to do that. Then we got the cookie clicker station. This was absolutely useless. Literally all you do is you just click this and you get cookies. Click it, you get cookies. Every single one of these, just a bunch of stations. Cookie. Like we look in here, just cookies. I don't know why I made this. I think I counted this as one of the 22 attractions. So you can see like 22, it might be kind of impressive, but like a lot of them just ended up being this. So don't get too shocked by it. So we'll start all the way at the end here. So we got the big duck hunt dog. Oh, I didn't even realize this. Yeah, so I had like different like foreground decorations to like kind of make it seem like you're transitioning between 2 different mini games. You can see how there's like a road area for this, and then it goes into like the forest. I like filled every single crevice with detail here. But yeah, chicken hunt. This one is pretty self-explanatory. We got the rules here. You just gotta grab a gun, which was just a bow, and you take some arrows, and then one player would just like drop chickens down on a board, and then the other person would have to try and shoot as many as they could in a row. And there were different varying difficulties. As you can see here, we have easy mode, medium mode, hard mode, and then Hunter's Nightmare, which was like insane. What does this say? Points 6. Oh, okay. I think the point system was like, depending on what minigame you played, you got like different points you could level up. Stand on when ready. Yeah, let's showcase the actual distinction between the different difficulties first. All right, so this is easy mode right here. As you can see, it's pretty wide open. All the chickens will fall from these little buttons. You would just click them. Oh, click them, not shoot them. And then the little chicken will fall down and you have to try and shoot it. You got to get 5 out of 10 to win. So the host or whatever would spawn like 10 chickens. And if you got 5 or more, then you would pass to the next level. I want to see if I can actually like get some of these. Shoot. No, I don't want the cookie. Give me the bow. Alright, we're gonna go. This is... Hey! I still got it. Even though I only shot like 1. And then over here, we got level 2, medium. And as you can see, it's a little bit harder because there's actual like trees in your way. So you gotta kind of like move left and right to actually get a good shot at the chickens. We got 10 out of 15 chickens you gotta shoot here. Another thing to note is that this is in the Mario texture pack. So a lot of the... I know they're supposed to look like chickens, but they don't. They look like Goombas, but that's just for the Mario texture pack. Why is there just a random pig here? Okay, interesting. Anyway, for this one is shoot 15 out of 20. And as you can see, it's a lot harder because now we got a bunch of stuff in the foreground, and you got to look to your left and your right as well. So there's a lot bigger area to shoot. And then nightmare mode is right in here. We just boop. Yeah, you got this small area. You got to shoot 25 or more out of 30. But you can also shoot minecarts, which would go on the rails right up against you to get 3 extra points. But yeah, the chickens are insanely far away. I want to see like how far they actually go. Can I shoot it with just this? Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. Let's. Okay, this is not gonna be easy to. We're just gonna have to. Yeah, so like those chickens are insanely far away. I don't think anybody beat this. Like, I'm pretty sure I had like a team of 4 people, like, manning every single angle, and they still didn't win. So, it's called Nightmare Mode for a reason. Alright, next up, we got events. If you couldn't tell from the huge sign that said that. Event Shack. See what events are happening currently in Minecraft Arcade. Colored blocks will say one of the following. So green means active, red is inactive, yellow soon to be active, and purple soon to be inactive. Yeah, so basically what this was going to be, it was going to be like rotating mini games depending on whatever holiday. So we had like a jack-o'-lantern hunt for Halloween. We had what was this, Thanksgiving? I don't think I actually ever came up for an idea with that. I was just like, I should probably make a Thanksgiving one, but I never actually did that. And then we got winter holiday present thieves. Oh right, I remember this. I think this is the one that we still have up. I never took this one down. This was one where you had like these present bandits, and they would all like be in this little bunker area. And what you would have to do is you take these pickaxes and you would like rush into old man, what was his name? I don't know. It was like old man Williker's house. And you basically just robbed an old man of all his presents, which looking back, that was kind of a screwed up game. But yeah, so the old man would like try and stop the little bandits, the group of bandits from breaking in and like stealing all their presents. And there's like a bunch of different ways you could like break dirt and stuff to like get inside. I think there was like a secret underground path. Oh, I remember there's like a path that you could break here. Yeah, and like you could go in here and dive right into his like underground closet, which was kind of insane. Oh right, you could just jump at him on the toilet, which okay, I didn't mean to break that, but yeah, literally you can, like if this man's taking a dump, you can just like pop up and be like, hello, oh wow, that's a nice dump you got there, bro, and then just run away and like giggle. I don't like it was definitely interesting. But yeah, that's basically that one. I don't think this one really worked out that much, which makes sense. I tried to make these mini games kind of small because obviously they would rotate pretty frequently, so I couldn't make them like massive games. Which honestly, I think it would have made more sense to just make the mini games and then just make them open depending on the holiday, you know? I don't know. That just... It was kind of a stupid concept because there was no real reason for it. And then we got F-Zero, which is kind of a racing game. If you're familiar with F-Zero, I mean, it's a Nintendo-themed racing game, so yeah, that's basically it. Choose your character and a vehicle, then you choose a map over there, and you just kind of like do laps around each other. It's basically Mario Kart, but without the power-ups. So yeah, you had Captain Falcon, Dr. Stewart, Pico, Samurai Goro. You'd put on the costume, grab the boat, and then you would go over here, and you would choose whichever level you wanted to do. I don't know why that's censored, but yeah, we got Sand Ocean, which was easy, Big Blue, which was harder, and then Fire Field, which was medium as well. This was supposed to be Mute City. I never finished that one. Which honestly, I'm not too sure why. I think Mute City I wanted to go a little bit more ambitious with, and these ones were kind of like iffy. I didn't put that much work into them. As you can see, I like ranked them by size. So this one was a really short one. This one was like a medium length track, and then this one I wanted to make large, and this one was medium. So that's probably why I never actually got around to finishing that one. But yeah, let's check out the tracks. All right, so the first track to showcase here is Sand Ocean. Again, these tracks aren't too impressive. You can see the other ones, they all look pretty lackluster, but I wasn't trying too hard with these. I just added some details around the track, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, basically what you would do is you would plop your boat down, and then when I say on your mark, then you just take off, and you start, oh my gosh. I forgot how hard this was to control. Like, a lot of y'all might be like, oh, this seems easy, but like, boat racing is not easy. I'm literally trying to turn to the left. Okay, but yeah, okay, I got that a little bit. And you were just like, back and forth, going all the way. I'm sorry for people with motion sickness. You were probably throwing up like 50 times a second right now. But that is basically how this would just go around. You go around here. Try not to go backwards. No, we're trying to go forwards. And you would just make it right across. You had to do that like 3 laps? I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's kind of what it is. And then we got Big Blue over here, which, oh, I forgot. Yeah, we have a little audience cheering you on. See, I did a pretty good detailing here. But yeah, then here's the starting one, and you just go along here. I'm not going to do boat racing on all of these because it's a struggle for real. But yeah, you just go across all that. This is the water theme level. Then we have a fire one over here, which is Fire Field. As you already saw in the hub area, that was like one of the newest updates that I added. And yeah, we just have lava and stuff, and like some red fiery canyons that are sprinkled throughout this one. So I like this one too. And I believe, yeah, that's it, because I never got to Mute City. And, oh yeah, one more thing to note with this is I tried to make it kind of like, if you've ever seen like Captain Falcon's ship, it kind of looks like this. I wasn't trying to make it look too much like it, because of course you go inside and you actually want to like look around and stuff, but I think I did a pretty good enough interpretation of it. And then this is supposed to be like the track, so it's kind of like you're about to get run over. All right, next up we got Sonic Speed. And then we got the Sonic pixel art right out here, and we got some of the Chaos Emeralds just chilling across outside here. Basically, Sonic Speed, I did do a video about this one, but I did update it a little bit since then. So here we got a list of all the zones that you run through. So for those of you who didn't watch the video, basically, yeah, you would go through there, you would get a speed boost, and you would just run through this whole entire area. So first up we had Green Hill Zone, and there's multiple different paths that you could take. So of course you had Green Hill Zone. There was a secret underground area which was supposed to be Marble Zone that you could run through, and then you would meet back up here. Then after that we have, yeah, this is where we reach Sky Sanctuary. So if you go up top, you go to Sky Sanctuary, and if you go down below, then you enter Labyrinth Zone. So I thought it was pretty clever, having like multiple routes like represent different zones. I do want to redo this one someday. I never got around to redoing this one, but I knew I could do a lot more with it if I got more ambitious. Then we enter Chemical Plant Zone, and here's a little shortcut. Oh, bruh. That's like the first time I failed that. Okay, it's probably because I'm a little rusty. I haven't been here in a while, but yeah. Then we're in the Death Egg Zone, so we got the Death Egg Robot, Silver Sonic over there. That's the exit of Chemical Plant. Then over here, I forgot what the name of this zone was, but I think it was like Great Bay Zone, or maybe it was like, no, I actually want to check. Here, I know I have the list right here anyway. Emerald Coast, there we go. Emerald Coast zone over here. So yeah, you got the orca chasing you, breaking the dock, and then you run, and that was supposed to represent like one of the springs that you would bounce off of. Anyway, then you would crawl up here, and you would enter Tropical Resort Zone from Sonic Colors, which this is probably like the most like half effort I put into one of the zones. Like this barely resembles it. It just does enough to like be called that. And then we had this other secret shortcut, which was supposed to be Mushroom Hill Zone. I'm not gonna reveal how you get there though. It's a secret. No, I'm sure if you watch the video, you'll see where the secret is. But yeah, then you would run. Make it to the finish line. I'm the winner. Suck on my lollipop. And yeah, that was basically it. And then you just take one of these mine carts, plop it right here, go inside, and bam. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. There we go. And then you just go across here, and it'll take you back to the beginning. I actually do have this little area here which was filled with like Sonic pixel art. We had this little loop-de-loop that are really common in the Sonic games. We got Metal Sonic, Knuckles. We had Tails airplane right here that you could chill in. What else? We have the Death Egg that like crashed into the ground. We had the Master Emerald over here. So we had a couple Sonic references too in the background. You couldn't really explore that area, but if it was just cool to like look out in the foreground or background. Yeah, but that's basically Sonic Speed. I wish I could do more with that. I do think someday I'll come back to this and like remake it entirely, because it was, I don't know, it was one of the first mini games I built here, and it's probably one of my favorite. Next up, we gotta catch 'em, Pokemon. Ow! And we got this terrifying Pikachu. Right off the bat, he looks like I don't know. He looks like a voodoo doll version of. He looks like an obese voodoo doll Pikachu. So I don't know what my thought process there was, but not exactly the most enticing way to get somebody to want to play that. But we actually have a more pleasant looking Pikachu over here. And then we got a red, and I believe that's Charmander. Yeah. And so basically how this one would work is it's just hide and seek, but it has a little Pokemon twist to it. So what you could do is you choose your Pokemon type. So the hiders would be Pokemon, and then the catchers would be like trainers, like Pokemon trainers trying to catch the wild Pokemon. So the trainers would run around and have like these fire aspect balls that if they hit you with and you catch on fire, then you're it. And then the Pokemon would have these little outfits on. And like I said, you could choose your type, and different types would get like different abilities. So like if you wanted to be a fire Pokemon, then you would have like fire resistance, and since you wouldn't catch on fire when you're hit, because in order to actually be caught, you had to be on fire. So if you had fire resistance, then you could have like another 45 seconds, that's what it said. Yeah, 45 seconds to like get away. And you wouldn't actually be caught. Stick, knockback stick was for fighting. Poison, I'm pretty sure, yeah, you would just get poison. Psychic, you would get ender pearls to teleport away. Flying, you would get elytras to glide around. And then ice, I think, oh, you got slowness potions to slow the trainer down. So it was pretty interesting. We got this little area. I think this has been updated since my first Catch 'em All video too. I add more detailing to it. But yeah, we got a bunch of routes. We got Route 1, Route 2. I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, so for those of you who are like, this is so inaccurate to the actual game, you're right. Because literally I just looked at photos and used my very basic understanding of the Pokemon history and crammed it in here. Because I think Pokemon is interesting, but it's not really my full cup of tea. But yeah, there's a bunch of like areas. This is I think this is supposed to be like the Pokemon Trading Center, or one of the gyms, or maybe like what the Pokemon Care Center or whatever. Don't they have those where like you come in and you can heal your Pokemon? I think that's what it was supposed to be. What is this? Oh, right. We had like underground tunnels that you could get around in. Forgot about that. So yeah, this was another way for people to escape, and then this pops us out. Oh, right at the beginning. And then, so that's that. There was a Pokemon Lab. So this is kind of like close quarters, like narrow lab area. And I think my favorite hiding spot was right here. Because usually nobody would really think to go here. Or at least they would go here like last after they've already exhausted every single other hiding spot. So this was one of my favorite places to hide. Because although it's risky, because if somebody gets in there, you're basically trapped. But if you maneuver well enough, it is a pretty good spot. Then we got this forested area. I think you could crawl on top. I don't remember exactly where. I think you had to do like some vine parkour to get up here. But this is another good area. And then the caves. I don't think I had the cave in the original video I did of this. So this is extremely dark. I'm pretty sure you can see like basically nothing on your side of the screen, but there was like this little cave area, and then you could go up top and kind of look out onto the world. This was also kind of risky, but not as much as the lab area, because at least it was more wide open. So if the trainer got up here, you had to maneuver. You had more room to like get away, but still there was only like 2 paths that you could take. So if there were like 2 trainers and they were like guarding both areas, you were kind of screwed. Unless you were like the psychic Pokemon, then you could just teleport away. But again, that was another element of strategy, like which type are you going to be, depending on how you wanted to play. But yeah, this was Pikachu How to Catch 'Em All, or Pokemon Catch 'Em All. Alright, now this is a classic. This is like another. This was. I don't know if this was the second one or the third minigame I built on this world. I know I forgot to mention this, but Catch 'Em All, this was the very first minigame I built. The very first thing in general. This was the very first thing I built, was this hide and seek Pokemon map. But I don't remember if it was Mario or Sonic that I built next. But this was still one of the first ones I made. And the sad thing about this was that I literally actually did a video about this on my YouTube channel. I had it uploaded for like a good couple days, and then I forgot why. But for some reason, I somehow accidentally deleted it. And I had already deleted all the files and like video clips, so I couldn't like re-upload it or re-edit it together. And that was devastating for me. I may have cried a little bit, let out a couple tears, but now I can finally showcase it like 5 years later. So yeah, this one is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a little parkour map. I've actually redone this one like 2 other times now. My second minigame world that I made, I tried to like go for more like quality over quantity, but I ended up like taking way too long on some of the projects, and I never actually got to making that many minigames. I think it was only this one I finished Mario Parkour, my revamped version, which is really, really good. I have to give myself props. Like, I put a lot of detail and effort into that. And then I had a Shovel Knight, like, showdown game, where it was kind of like Tumble, where you break the blocks underneath you. But I never finished that one because I got too ambitious with it. There's like a whole leveling up system to that. But yeah, this one is kind of been a staple in all my minigame worlds. And the little story goes that, oh my god, Princess Peach has been captured, Mario, you gotta go save him, blah 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 blah. And you just pop up here, and this is level 1, a mushroom trail. And you got Peach's castle over there. So this is some pretty basic parkour, but when I first did this is like, I was not that skilled with building. So you can kind of see, like, as we go through this, you'll see how my building skills kind of improved little by little. I don't think there's anything that's gonna like blow you away, perhaps but you can definitely see like an evolution of my building. I did come back to like these older ones and try to like make them look a little bit like nicer. Because again, if you compare some of the older videos that I did, compared to like what I'm going to show you now, you'll see that there's definitely uptake in quality, just by a little bit. So yeah, then you have this little transition area where you have like the mushrooms and stuff, and then this is level 2, the underground area. Now this one was kind of tricky. There are only 3 levels to this. There's the underground, the overworld, and then there's Bowser's Castle, which we'll get to soon. But the main gimmick of that one, or of this level, is like you got slimmer platforms, so it's a lot harder to maneuver. And then in order to progress, you have to like open up these doors. So you have to take like these routes, diverging routes. Okay, that was the simplest jump to fail. And you just open that up, and then, can I cheat it? Yes! Then you can see, oh wow, this door is open. Bruh. This door is open. And so you fail the jump, try not to do that. And then you can maneuver from there. And then we had these little checkpoints where if you fell, then the water would just like sprout out from the bottom and you can climb back up. And then, oh, this was the jump that got on everyone's nerve. This one was, let's see if I can do it first try. No, I can't. This one you had to like angle yourself up perfectly. And I know it like messed with a lot of people. I want to see if I can do this. I can do this. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Alright. And then, oh, bruh, I literally failed to jump after that. I'm not going to do the rest of it. But yeah, then you go through there, and blah, 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 jump over here, and then boom, boom, boom. We got Bowser's Castle. We got like this fiery pit area. And then level 3, Bowser's Castle. And then this was kind of like a combination of all the previous mechanics. So we got the slime jumps from the first level, and then we got the doors that you have to maneuver from the second one. If I could hit that, okay, and not fall off. And then you go through here, and bruh, oh my god, oh my gosh. Is this a checkpoint? Yeah. And then the main gimmick of this one was like these fire areas, so you kind of have to like make sure not to get hit. And then there's this other area, another door that you had to do. I think this was another tricky jump that people struggled with. I want to try this real quick. Yeah, that one screwed with a lot of people, but you just gotta like get the timing right on that one. And then you go through here, and here we had like this Bowser pixel art, which is kind of, it's kind of iffy, but you know what, whatever. I gave it my best. Like I said, building skills, we're not on par as I'd like them to be, but yeah, it was still my first attempt. And then here you got into this final area, which sometimes I chose to like give myself a sword and like wait for players at the end and then like fight them, but other times I just let them be. It was it depended on how like angry I was that day. And then you just go through the painting, and that's it. Then you reach the end of the course. It was a pretty simple one, not much to it. Again, it was just basic parkour, but it was a fun little adventure. And then you just gotta run all the way back, go through all these mushrooms. Yeah. I think this was a part that I might have added later on to this kind of end section. I'm not too sure though, I could be wrong about that. But yeah, then you run all the way back here, and just go here, and ta-da, you go down the flagpole, and it's kind of like its own Mario adventure. Next up, we got this Legend of Zelda one. So we got a Link and a Zelda pixel art. This is one that I did want to do a video on, but I never got around to it. This one, it's kind of tricky. It's like a wave-based monster fighting game. So you would get like your gear over here. You get like a bow, some armor, sword, and then you would go into battle. So you go into like this area, and the host would like spawn like different waves of monsters and stuff that you'd have to fight off. And every single round, like I'd refill the chests in the middle with like better equipment. The farther you got. I forgot how many waves I had. I think I had like 50 waves, and then the final one was kind of like a one-on-one fight with Ganondorf himself. Oh right, I just caught on fire because I used this like glitch where if you set like a tall grass on fire and then got rid of the tall grass, the light would still stay there, but you wouldn't see the fire or the grass. It was kind of clever. I had to get around certain stuff, but yeah, it was good. So yeah, you just had like this huge Zelda area, and you could like work together as a team to take it down. And I think there was a rule that if somebody died, like one of your teammates died, then you would have to find like a rabbit's foot amongst the battle, and you could like revive them in the middle of the game. But only if you found it. If you didn't, then it's all up to you. But yeah, you had this little cabin area, beach, woods, mountain, waterfall. It was a small map, but again, I feel like with this whole map, I was kind of going for like quantity over quality. I still tried to make every single minigame as good as I could, but like time constraints along with like me wanting to like move on and go on to new ideas before I got bored, along with just my horrible building skills, kind of lended itself to not the highest quality maps, but still it was pretty fun. Okay, this next one I did do a video on, Undertale Sky Wars. So this was a Sky Wars map themed after the Undertale franchise. We got a huge papyrus pixel art right outside, and as you can see in here, we got Mount Ebot, I think that's what it's called, was represented as like the middle area where like all the items are, and then every single island had like a different theme to it. So we had Snowdin as the snow one. I forgot what it's called in, is it Hotlands? Is that what it's called in Undertale? And then we had, bro, I don't remember. It's been such a while since I've played Undertale. I think it was just the waterfall, and then we had the ruins over here, and you'd all get like differing items and stuff. I think I had like character specific stuff. So like since Toriel is in the ruins, you would get like Toriel items like butterscotch pie, and then I think there's Sand's scarf, or no, that would be Papyrus's scarf for this one. Yeah, you would get a combination of Sans and Papyrus's items. So yeah, this was just like a basic Sky Wars map. Nothing too special about it, but I know a lot of people like really enjoyed it as well as me, because it's pretty fun. It is really fun. Next one, we got Tower Terrorists. This was a completely original idea. I mean, the other ones were somewhat original. I'd say for the most part, like, you've probably seen them before in a lot of other minigame worlds. The only real distinction is that I actually had them, like, themed off of different franchises, already existing, like, franchises. But this one was, like, completely my own idea. How it worked, basically, was that you had these towers. Here, let me go showcase them real quick. If I just fly up here. Yeah, you had these towers, and you would start all the way at the bottom. Everyone had to choose their own. And you would have to essentially parkour your way all the way up to the top. I'm not gonna... excuse me. I am not gonna do that, because I remember it being really difficult. But by the time you got up here, then you would get like a diamond pickaxe and a bunch of like armor and stuff, and then you would drop back down to the center of your tower, and you would like break this, and then you could like chase after other people and like try and kill them. So it was kind of like a race to see who could get to the top first and then kill everybody else before they got killed. It was pretty fun. I liked it. I don't think a lot of people liked it though. I think I kind of forced a lot of people to play it because they just were really... It's kind of not that fun, to be honest, especially if you're not good with parkour. Even if you are good with parkour, like, especially towards the high points of the tower, it can get really infuriating. I remember specifically the blue tower was like insanely unfair compared to the rest of the towers, so I had to like make it a little bit easy. What the frick is this horse doing over here? Bro, you good? Okay. You good? Alright, I'm just gonna leave you to it, man. He's just having his fun little twirl. And yeah, this hub area where all the rules were being told, I had this VIP section, which this was so OP, man. Like, it looks cool and all, but literally you get diamond armor, a bunch of food and potions right off the bat. Like, before you even do the parkour, you get all that, which is like so unfair. But here was like the level select. There was different game modes. You had... Wait, was there a distinction? I think... Oh, battle mode was just that. And then battle mode was just normally like fighting each other. And then time attack was playing the game under a time limit. You had Fortress Towers Day and Fortress Towers Night. And then I never finished the jungle one. But it was going to be a bunch of like trees that you had to parkour up to the top of. So yeah, another simple one, and probably not the best one I've ever made, but still, I'm still kind of proud of the fact that I came up with an original idea. Next one, this was one that I didn't get a lot of people to play, and to be honest, while I enjoyed it, I really understand why a lot of people didn't like it, because basically how it works is one player acts as like a boss, and then the other players have to like fight them in waves or whatever, like through different phases and stuff, and they were all based off of Crash Bandicoot characters. That's why it's called Crash Boss Bash. So you would go over here, choose your character. You could be Crash, Crunch, or Coco, and then what is all this? Oh yeah, this just showed off all the bosses. So we had Tiny Tiger, Neo Cortex from Crash 1, Neo Entropy from Crash 3, and Dingo Dial were all the different bosses that you could fight. And then if we go over here, where is it? Yeah, all the way over here. We got this little warp room area, so you could choose the boss. So you had Entropy. Every single boss had their own rules. So Entropy, how he would work is the player would start from over here, and they would have to parkour across, and then the entropy would just like shoot out arrows, as you can see, to the other players. And honestly, they didn't have that far of a reach. Like, honestly, how far does that even go? Yeah, it only reaches like barely halfway across. So it wasn't really effective until you reached the end. but then you would like, when you reach the end, then you would beat them up. There's 2 other ones. Let's go back here. Okay, they don't open, so I'm just gonna break it. Dingodile, he was a character where like the boss would have like a flaming bow and arrow, and they would like shoot down the other character and run around, and then the other character just had to avoid their shots and kill them. Tiny Tiger, this was probably the most complex out of all of them. Basically, Tiny would like sit up here, he would spawn like a bunch of mobs and stuff, and the players would have to fend them off, and then after all the mobs were killed, then he would jump down and like fight you like one-on-one. And then up here, this is the final one, End Cortex. For this one, the players would like chill up top, and they would get like bow and arrows, and then the person playing Neocortex would kind of like fly throughout the air and like shoot them with like their bow and try to shoot them off. So that was a pretty simple one, and that's basically all the bosses. Again, it wasn't really a fan favorite. I can kind of understand why, because a lot can go wrong with it, because it's really specific on how every single boss is played out. But if there's any Crash Bandicoot fans out there, I'm sure you would have gotten a kick out of this one. Sadly, I never found any, so nobody really gave a crap. Alright, next up we got another original one, which honestly I thought it was pretty original, but then I started looking into it and there are a lot of people who made pretty similar stuff. But basically this is called Target Acquired. And how this works is every single character chooses a color, and so every person is assigned to a different colored character, and then you would get randomly assigned a certain color to kill. So let's say you were blue, and you would be given like the task to kill red, but then yellow is tasked with killing blue. So you kind of have to like kill red to score a point, and then whoever red was supposed to kill, if they aren't dead yet, then you have to kill them, and then once they are dead, then you have to kill off like whoever is remaining or whatever. It's just like a constant cycle of like killing whoever's like name you got. This one kind of devolves into madness because it's kind of hard to force people and keep track of like who has to be killing who. So this one kind of fell apart. I mean, a lot of people still played it and had fun with it because essentially it's just a normal PvP map if you just take away the colored kills, or yeah, colored kill element to it. And this was pretty cool. We had like this huge like futuristic broken down facility area, and I really enjoyed this one. I know a lot of other people had some fun with this one. Not exactly my favorite. I definitely thought it was creative, but still kind of iffy about it. You can tell that a lot of my original ideas I was not the biggest fan of. Alright, then we go over to this area, and this is the dropper, the one and only. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of the dropper before. It's pretty self-explanatory. All you gotta do is you start all the way from the top, and you just have to jump down, maneuver your way through all these different obstacles, and make it all the way down to the bottom and land in the middle. I probably would have died there if I wasn't in creative mode. I want to try doing it like without hitting any of the blocks. I know there's one way that like worked every single time. I think it was from this direction. I could be wrong. If you jump, okay, that doesn't count. Let's see. I don't remember actually. I feel like it was from right here though. Like if you went right here and then you jump down. Okay, it probably wasn't that, but yeah, then you make it to the bottom and you win. Extremely simple one. Not a lot of replayability. Once you kind of figure out how to get down, it kind of loses its charm, but still. Next up, we got Turret Train. This is another original idea for me. Oh my gosh, I forgot about the VIP square. So if you are a VIP player, literally, I had no clue how to add some sort of like VIP element to this. So I was just like, yeah, so if you're a VIP person, you can stand in this area. Nobody else can stand in it. That was really stupid. But basically how this one worked is you had 2 minecarts going back and forth here. I don't know if this is gonna work without an actual player in it, but we're gonna give it a try. I do that. The minecart down there. Yeah. Oh, maybe it will. No, it doesn't. But yeah, basically how this would work is one person would be on one side, and they would have to like shoot the minecart. Well, both people would be on minecarts, like going back and forth, and you had to like shoot the other person as you're moving and they're moving at the same time. And this one was really fun. It's really simple, like a lot of these, but it can be pretty intense, but also aggravating at the same time, because it's really hard to judge the trajectory of your shots because you're always moving back and forth. But I feel like that just makes it 10 times better, because the success just feels so much better when you finally land that killing blow. So this was probably one of my favorites. Not a lot of people played it, but the people who did definitely got a kick out of it. Okay, this one I adored. This is Cooking Contest. Everyone hated this one. I had to force people into playing this one because I was so proud of it, but nobody loved it. But essentially how this one works is, you know, there are different ways to like make and craft food and like cook food in Minecraft. So I was just like, okay, what if we did like a race to see who could like bake or make certain food items first. So, excuse me, I am gassy today. Oh my gosh. I feel another one. Oh, no, that was a weak one. Okay, it didn't come out. But basically, you would randomly choose a number. Let's go with 5. Okay, so what you would have to do is you would have to make a cake. So you would start off in your kitchen. You choose whichever kitchen, it doesn't matter. And then there would be a countdown, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'd be like, okay, I gotta grab whatever ingredients I need to make a cake. I don't remember what you need to make a cake. I think it's like probably milk, eggs, flour. Is there flour? I forgot. Sugar? Probably. Maybe wheat? I don't know. And then you just gotta rush back after you get all the ingredients. You go into... Is this the area? Yeah. Oh, you need 3 milk. Yeah, so then you would rush out, grab as many items as you could, or whatever items you needed, and then rush back, and whoever placed the food out on in their like chest area right here, whoever put it in their chest first won. So again, simple. Everyone kind of hated it, which I guess I kind of understand it, because if you don't, number one, the rounds go by really fast, and if you don't know what ingredients go into making what types of food, it can be kind of frustrating and unfair. But I don't know, I'm just really proud of this one, and I thought it was pretty creative. Another unique idea from, not to brag, but my brilliant mind. So yeah, cooking contest. All right, next up we got another fan favorite. I should really set it tonight for this one, but I'm not going to, I'm lazy. But Slender. Ooh, spooky. For those of you who aren't familiar, Slender is basically a horror game where like this really tall dude with no face tries and like grabs your nipples. That's not what happens, but it's not that scary, to be honest. But essentially how I translated it into Minecraft is there were the kids and there was Slender himself. So Slender, which one is it? Yeah. So Slender would get this kit. He would get armor. He would get a really powerful sword. He would get a teleport, which was ender pearls, and then he would have like potions to stop the kids. So he was pretty overpowered, but the kids would have... Oh, what is this? Oh, right, there were different game modes. So there could be like one where like the kids had to hunt down Slender Man. But yeah, basically the kids are defenseless and they just have to like try and sneak through the woods and not get killed. And you have to like collect all these notes. Oh, I forgot I don't have item drops on. But basically what you would do is you would grab all the notes, you'd rush them back to the note chest, plop them all in there, and when you got all 12? No, it wasn't 12. Was it 7? 8? How many notes are there? I gotta check. All 8 notes, right. When you collected all of the 8 notes, then you would win. But if Slender Man killed you before you got all the 8 notes, then too bad, so sad, you lost. And this one, honestly, it was pretty creepy. Again, it was a fan favorite for a reason, because it could get pretty like intense and terrifying when like you see Slender Man off in the distance and you gotta like run away. Oh, there's another note right there. I really enjoyed this one. This is probably one of my favorites as well. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this. Oh, right, there's this little house area. Yeah, I'm looking back. The detail on this was kind of lackluster, but it didn't really matter that much. The only downside to this game, I would say, is if once you find all the notes, it's pretty easy for like round 2 to just like quickly like speed run and grab all the notes in like one go. Of course, there's still the element of like avoiding Slender Man, so you can't go that fast or you'll give yourself away. But still, it was definitely interesting. And oh right, to make it a little bit more fair, Slender would have to go through like these series of cobwebs before he could actually like leave and like attack. So the kids would actually get like more of a head start. And I think if I go in here, we added like for VIP people, they could actually get abilities. So there was the jock, which, let me check. What would the jock get? Yeah, the jock would get like a speed potion, and then I think the bully got like a knockback stick. Yeah, they would get a knockback stick. Oh yeah, real quick, I just want to showcase another kind of area. It didn't really mean much. It was just kind of a cool thing to check out to pass the time. This was an Animal Crossing village, so I based it off of different Animal Crossing locations. We have Tom Nook's store, a random villager house. I think this is the Fable Sisters, or Able Sisters, so this is where you buy the clothes and stuff. And then I think we have the mayor, or town hall, right here. Again, nothing too crazy. This wasn't really supposed to be anything. It was just supposed to be a cool little thing to look around. So there's that. Now we got the spooky game. This was another fan favorite, Luigi's Ghost Mansion. I took this idea off of Nintendo Land. If y'all have ever played it, there's like a Luigi Ghost Mansion game where one person is the ghost and then everyone else is the ghost hunter. And the ghost hunters basically have to like track down the ghost, and the ghost is trying to like secretly like kill them off one by one. So yeah, the ghosts, the hunters got some armor, and then they got a bow and arrow that they had to like kill the ghost with, and then flashlights, which the flashlight, when you put it down, the ghosts the ghosts couldn't attack you for 5 seconds. Or wait, no, I think it was the ghost had to stand still for 5 seconds. But you also couldn't attack the ghost in that time frame. So it was only supposed to be used if like you were out of arrows and you had to like run away. And then the ghost had sharpness 1 sword, it had invisibility, it had a harming potion, and it had a speed potion to like track you down. There were supposed to be multiple levels to this, so there's the main floor, and then there was also going to be a basement level. I never got around to the basement level, but if we just go in here, I'll showcase you the ground floor, or whatever it said that I did finish. So if we look up here, I'll probably pull up a photo, and you can kind of see like a one-to-one comparison of what it looks like in Nintendo Land. It's not exact, but I tried my best to replicate it as best as I could. And so basically I forgot there's a slime block there. Basically the people, the hunters, would plop down here, they'd be in this mansion area, and they'd have to just like run all over the place, search for the ghost, and the ghost would also have to like hide and then catch them by surprise and kill them. And then there's this little refill stations, so if you ever ran out of arrows, you could just spam the frick out of this and get a bunch of arrows. I think there's things called super arrows, if I'm to be... Okay, I'm just gonna break this and look. Yeah, so the super ammo had a very rare chance of popping up. There was only 3 in there, so it was very unlikely that you would get it. But if you did, it would poison the ghost, so that would definitely like do a lot more damage. But oh my gosh, of course I have a dabbing statue in here, why wouldn't I? But again, this mansion, I didn't try too hard with making it anything special, but I don't think it really needed to be. I feel like that would have probably taken away from the game. I think it looked perfectly fine, and plus my goal was to replicate it as closely to the original map as possible. Another fan favorite, I definitely enjoyed this one. I know a lot of other people did. I don't remember if I made a video or not. I feel like I planned on doing it and I never did, which is kind of tragic because this one definitely was really fun. Okay, now this is the big boy one right here. This is the big boy. This is a super Smash Bros. A super Smash Bros. So this one a lot of people adored, which I can totally understand. It's basically a class-based fighting game, right? Of course, because it's Smash Bros, you get different characters to choose from. So I made like different kits for every single character. It was hard to keep them all kind of original, because of course like there's only so much variety you could do with so many characters. But yeah, like young Link, he would get this sword. It was pretty unbalanced. There were definitely some characters that were a lot more OP. Oh right, and some characters were like 2-player characters. So like Ice Climber, since in the game they have like 2 people, I was like, oh, then like 2 people should like play Ice Climbers, which kind of made it unfair. At the same time, that's what I'm saying. The balance for this was all over the place, but it was still a joy for like everyone to play it. Because honestly, although it's unfair, at the same time it's not really unfair because everyone can play like every player, every character. So it's not like if you get completely like dunked on in one round, then you can just switch to a more powerful character, or switch to the exact same character they beat you with and just like completely dominate them back. And then here was the character selection, or not the characters, the stage selection. So we had Battlefield, Green Greens, Luigi's Mansion, and Final Destination. Those were all the levels that you could choose. I'll showcase them later, but here we got a couple more characters. I based all the characters in kind of like order of when they appeared in Smash Bros. So you can see this is all the Nintendo 64 characters. This is where Melee is. Brawl is over there. I think over here is where Wii U starts. Yeah, that's Wii U. And then Smash Bros. Ultimate. I never finished these couple characters. I never finished Shulk, Mii Fighter, Ryu, Cloud, Bayonetta, or Inkling. But I like finished like 90% of them, so I'm gonna give myself props for that. And then we had the DLC characters too. Which one was? Who was the last DLC I had on here? Cause I remember I think I stopped updating this after Joker or Hero was announced. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie was the last DLC fighter that I added here, and then I just stopped playing on this world altogether. So that would have been like back in 2019, I'm pretty sure. So there are still a handful of other characters that I never added, but nobody's really gonna come back here. I doubt I'll ever play this ever again, so I'm not really gonna add them. Then we have a bunch of game modes here. So we have break the targets. This is where I would put item frames around the map, and you had to break them. Smash down. This is kind of like after you choose a character, the next round you have to choose a different one. All-Star. You had to fight every single character. Timed battle. You had 7 minutes. Classic mode. Fight random characters. Adventure mode. Play as the original 8 characters, and then you would slowly build up. Multi-man brawl, you had to fight off a bunch of mobs. Intense smash, you would play the game on hard difficulty. And then random mode, each round a character is just like a random character. Oh yeah, and then armor/stamina mode is where you don't get disqualified until your armor breaks. And then lastly, we had VIP characters. So these were all characters that never actually made it into the final game. So Shovel Knight, Geno, Waluigi, Captain Toad, Crash Bandicoot, Skull Kid, Paper Mario, James Bond, Conquer the Squirrel, Boom Boom. Oh my gosh, Boom Boom, that's me! Oh, I did not mean to break that. But yeah, this was supposed to be for the VIP people. Again, the whole VIP concept was kind of dumb. I don't think in my new Minecraft arcade, I don't think I'll ever implement that again. But, okay. Let us go to the actual levels themselves. Over here we got level 1, green greens. If you go here, this is kind of the spectator area, so when you die, I thought this was kind of clever, because if you pushed all the way through, it would kind of look like the actual, like, how it would look in Smash Bros. Itself, because, like, it's kind of like this 2D, 3D plane, and you could just, like, watch the remaining people duke it out. I thought it was pretty clever. But, yeah, green greens based off of the Kirby level. There was a little secret where if you went back here, this is kind of OP. I know everyone would always fight over this spot, but you would like jump up here, and then you could crawl all the way to the top of the tree, and you were basically a god. Cause it was kind of an OP spot. Cause if you were an archer, you could snipe people from up here, and if somebody tried to get at you from behind, you could just like plop down here and like hit them off the parkour, and they'd have to do it again. It was pretty OP, so definitely whoever got up there first was almost guaranteed a win at that point. Alright. Next up, we got Battlefield. The classic. I based this off of the Ultimate version, but I definitely took some liberties with my own stylization of it. And again, it's pretty self-explanatory. As you can see, like, there's only supposed to be like 3 platforms, but you can't jump up that high in Minecraft, so I had to add like little parkour bits to it. Like I said, liberties to make it work a little bit more. And then there's another secret area right here, which was another OP spot. Basically, all the secret areas were like the OP spots that if you knew where they were, you were almost guaranteed to dominate the match. A little unfair, but whatever. You can suck it. Next up, we got Luigi's Mansion. This was probably another really popular one out of all the maps, just like the actual minigame itself. I like this map too. This is probably the one I'm the proudest of, just because of how much detail it has, and like all the different rooms, representing all the different parts of Luigi's Mansion. Again, I based all these off of the actual stages themselves, so I try to replicate them as good as possible. And where was the secret area? Right, I had this graveyard up here, and you could just go to the top, and then this would be the OP spot when you got all the way to the top of the mansion. The last map we got is Final Destination, which is just a flat plane, and you just gotta knock each other off. It's nothing too special, but it's iconic to the Smash Bros. Series, so of course I had to add it. Yeah, that's basically all the levels. I had plans to add like 1 or 2 more, but again, I never got around to it. There's a lot of things that are incomplete in this world, as you obviously could tell by now. But I think there was a decent enough selection that it didn't matter. Alright, well, I think this is probably the final fully completed minigame that I have here, which is Bomberman. I didn't even complete the pixel art, which I don't know why I did it. It shouldn't be that hard to do. It seemed like all I had to do was build the head, but whatever, that's fine. So yeah, this one, if you've heard of Bomberman before, it's another really simple game. Here, let me, yeah, what you would do is you would grab TNT and a flint and steel, and you would just go around the map. You would have, everyone would be like in different corners of the map, and the goal was to like place down TNT and then light it on fire. Okay, I don't have TNT explode on, but if you know what, nah, I'm gonna switch it on real quick. Yeah, so what you would do is you would take your TNT around, pop that right on there. Where's my flint and steel at? Light it on fire, and then, boom, and it would like blow up the wall. So you could progress, and you just had to like try and blow up the other people. These little red areas, they would automatically activate them, so you didn't have to like waste your flint on it. And yeah, it was a simple one, but it was enjoyable. Like I said, a lot of these mini games, I don't think there's one that's inherently bad. There are definitely some that are better than the rest, but another simple one, you could probably build this one like in 2 minutes, depending on how big the map is. But I think with that, that basically brings all the mini games to an end. Before I end it, I just wanted to do a little showcase of some of the other mini games that were not completed, not even a little bit, but this was going to be the start of the Five Nights at Freddy's Hunger Games. You can see it's a massive building, because obviously I wanted to add like a lot of references to the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, because I was a huge fan of it. And Hunger Games, like, you need a wide open area, so of course it would make sense. So you would come in here, there was like a bunch of different rooms that was supposed to reference a bunch of different actual like cameras and like locations from Five Nights at Freddy's. So Pirates Cove over here. This is a really dark room. Did I have anything up here on the second floor? No, the second floor was completely blank. Yeah, basically that's all I had, just this little area over here. So not a lot to showcase, but this was going to be really cool. There was going to be a lot of secrets, hidden rooms, just a bunch of stuff crammed into this. And I was really excited to build it, but I guess I never got around to finishing it. And then the last one that I never finished was Mortal Kombat. I don't exactly remember what this was gonna play out like. I think it was just gonna be a really generic like PvP one. You would just get like a sword, maybe like depending on which character you chose, you would get like an additional item, and then you would just like fight to the death, and like best out of 5 or best out of 3 would win, and that would basically be it. And it was just supposed to be a small arena I was gonna put in back of here, but I never finished it. Honestly, I don't really know why, because it's not even like there was gonna be that much work put into it. It was just a small arena, but it's whatever. Well, before we end this video, I think we'll just take a trip on the Yoshi coaster. This is just a little roller coaster that you can see is stretched out by Yoshi's tongue. I think there is some minigame world or some sort of popular Minecraft YouTuber that did something similar to this that I got the idea from. But it's really creative, and I think just to end it by showing off the whole entirety of the map again would be really cool. So we'll press this button and up away we go. Like we saw, we have all the original minigames over here, some new. A lot of the new ones were over there. Yeah, this whole world, it really brings back a lot of memories. I think I started building on this all the way back in like 2016, maybe 2015. No, it had to be 2016, because I don't know when Minecraft Wii U Edition came out, but I know I bought it shortly after it was released. So I definitely have been on this for a while, and this was one of the first worlds that I ever built, which is really crazy. It's I don't know, it's bittersweet to look back on like this world that was like filled with so much joy, made so many people happy, and it was kind of like a fun time of my life because it forced me to be creative, and now it's kind of all coming towards an end. Alright, well, that's gonna be it. As you saw, that was kind of a showcase of the whole entirety of Minecraft Arcade, everything that it's been updated to ever since whatever the past couple videos I made on it, however many years ago. This is a little park area that I forgot to showcase, but it wasn't anything too special, so I just thought I'd save it till the end. But if you enjoyed this video, thank you. I appreciate you watching. If you're inspired by any of this, please feel free to go and recreate some of these mini games, maybe add your own details to them, add your own twist to it, or just make your own minigame world. I know I was inspired by a bunch of YouTubers to build this type of stuff, and if you're into it too, honestly, it would warm my heart if you got inspired to build these kinds of worlds because of me. I don't really know. There's not much else to say. I know I didn't really play a lot of these minigames, and I'm sure I will never ever get around to doing a video of it, but I don't know. There's potential. I'm sure if I got a couple of my old friends here on Wii U, and I got like some good I got like an adapter to record the Wii U, as well as getting all my friends together, making sure that we have like a good time or we're not busy, and we can all just hop onto this game, and we could probably just play through a couple of these mini games, maybe do a live stream, maybe it would just be a series of mini games. Maybe it would just be like a whole like hour-long let's play of like playing all these mini games all over again. I don't know. Probably won't happen anytime soon. Probably not in the near future. Maybe in a year or two. But again, no promises whatsoever. Yeah, but this is basically my Minecraft arcade. I do have some other versions that I've been working on, and I actually am working on a completely new one, starting all the way from scratch, which I'm putting a lot of effort into, which I do plan on uploading some videos about, but I'm taking my time with that. So that's also probably going to be very, 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 very far into the future before that ever happens. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. If you were one of my old Wii U friends and this brought you down memory lane, I'm glad, because this is definitely hitting me in the feels right now. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Peace out. Hello!